Did you always know that your great-great-grandparents were the brilliant Robert and Clara Schumann?
Well, yes and no. I always knew that I had this family history, but I did not have any idea of their brilliance. I'll use your word. I was told that they were well known in Germany, but not so much in the US. And so I accepted that and 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 just never knew any more than that. Although I did know I was told that Clara was Robert's wife
Mm,
and that she played the piano
a little, yes.
just a little. And so you can imagine how astounded I was. Well, let me back up a little bit. I didn't pursue a music education. So I never learned that that wasn't the whole story.
Gosh.
And so it wasn't until just literally about 2 years ago that I found out that, oh my goodness, yeah, Clara really knew how to play the piano and and was a composer, and Robert was really quite significant. And they both were, of course. And so that's just has been an incredible surprise to me.
And how did you find out about all of this? You said a couple of years back, yeah?
Well, I've always loved classical music.
Mhm.
It was very prominent in my home. My father played the piano beautifully. And I just have always loved it, even though I just wasn't connected enough to get the full story, the full Schumann story. Um, but so there was an account that I followed on Facebook. I think it was called Classic FM. And I just happened to see one day, because algorithms being what they are, you never know what you're going to see. I happened to see a picture of Clara. And I think that's what it was. And I recognized her because, of course, we did have portraits of Robert and Clara in our home. Um, and there was a comment in there mentioning Sarah Fritz. I didn't know who Sarah Fritz was, but I went on a little hunt and found that Sarah Fritz is, I'll call her a Clara Schumann expert. And we connected, and I started learning about my great great grandmother for the first time. And I just was completely astounded and surprised. And it really changed my life to find out just how significant they were and are um, during that time period, and how people study their lives and their music and spend countless hours, as you personally have experienced, countless hours learning how to play and present their compositions well. And I just went on a search for all the information I could find. And I mean, I've even returned to piano lessons a year ago or so because I thought, oh, I want to do better than this. I want to get better. And so it's all due to Sarah Fritz.
That's so wonderful because music connects people and it's just extraordinary. I was trying to think from my own experience. Yes, I do know about my great parents, but not necessarily further back. I'm ashamed to say that I don't know who my great great grandparents are. So I can imagine that it's so fascinating and what a journey it's been for you to find out all of this and to probably to feel the love that everyone has for Robert and how much they are falling in love with Clara because
Yes.
so not many people knew of her as a composer. But I think since the big celebrations a few years ago, her piano concerto and lots of her compositions are really coming into light. And I think everyone that gets their hands on the music, they fall in love with Clara's music.